Okay, got the Gold Dust twins all hooked up and ready to go, and just worked somebody with it. So I thought I'd give you a little tour. All right, this right here is pretty common. This is the 75A4 Collins. It's been around for a while. Of course, they had a 75A1, 2, 3, and this is the fourth and last one. I've had this one for years, and it does pretty well. It's a nice receiver for an old receiver, and I've been looking for a couple of decades for the matching transmitter. Now this isn't just any transmitter. Back in the 50s, this sold for somewhere between $2,000 and $3,000. In the 50s, okay, you could buy a car for less than that, and some homes you could get for about that price. So these weren't cheap, mostly doctors and lawyers. So anyway, this is it's called a KWS-1. I just turned 70. This was built when I was 2. All right, and it's still functioning just fine. It's functioning better than I am. Okay, and here's the power supply for it. Okay, it's 175 pounds and sitting on the floor. Ignore the 3D printer sitting on top of it, but W7WRX, Clark, a friend of mine, and I spent 3 days making sure everything was correct in the power supply before we even turned it on. And you can probably hear the fan. This thing makes a lot of noise when it's operating. That's because this runs 800 watts of power. When I key down on this thing, let me switch it over to CW. There we go. High voltage is going and everything. And when I key it down, okay, getting about 644 watts, which is more than enough, definitely. So yeah, every time I go from receive to transmit, I have to flip that knob, which is okay. That works. And I made my first contact in a long time on a bug. Okay, a bug is you do the dashes on one side and the discs on the other with a spring. Okay, it's been 30 years since I've talked to anybody with that. I was surprised he could understand me at all. Well, anyway, that's the fun that I'm having today, and you all have a good day. And now you know a little bit more about history. Yes, we can communicate without a cell phone.